Now, I want to help you to bypass the error of wasting your life. That's what this entire presentation is about. I don't want anything for it. I don't get anything for it. My reward is if people actually read this literature and are made better and more rationally powerful by it. That's all I care about. That's the only thing I am interested in, is an expanding rationality in the world. Now, there are 3 books that I would put as foundational texts to read. I would say that whatever you are reading, if you have not first read these 3 books, then you should very likely stop what you are reading, or at least add these books to your list and read these texts, because these are very important books. These are no BS texts. And the reason is because these books are geared to turn you into a thinker. They are geared to give you power in thinking. These are not books that are indoctrinating you into philosophies or ideologies or religions or selling you something. These are books that are increasing your rational power. There is one book above all the other books that I have researched and in my vast library, and I have researched legions and legions of volumes. This book right here, Critical Thinking by Richard Paul and Linda Elder. This is the best book that you could purchase, that you could study, that you should read. Listen to me carefully. Whatever you are reading Hegel, you are reading Kant, you are reading Adorno, whatever you are reading, this book is foundational to anything that you are reading, to everything that you are reading. This book teaches you how to read critically, how to think critically. This book will increase your power. This book says, because few people realize the powerful role that thinking plays in their lives, few gain significant command of their thinking. Therefore, most people are in many ways victims of their own thinking, harmed rather than helped by it. Most people are their own worst enemy. Their thinking is a continual source of problems, preventing them from recognizing opportunities, keeping them from exerting energy where it will do the most good, poisoning relationships, and leading them down blind alleys. This is the best introduction to critical thinking that I have ever seen in my life. I have researched hundreds of volumes on critical thinking. Why is this book the best? Because not only is this book exceedingly clear, but this book systematically structures the process of critical thinking dynamically, meaning it deals with multiple layers and facets of critical thinking. The critical thinking foundation has been a bulwark started by Richard Elder, who is now deceased. You will find some of his lectures online. He wrote also curriculum books going all the way from kindergarten up to the college level to help integrate and teach children how to engage in critical thinking. I cannot emphasize this enough. You are very likely reading the wrong thing. You first need to know how to think. You can stop everything that you are engaged in that has to do with idealism or theory, and first give yourself the proper ground in thinking. If you don't have this, you will not do very well in theory, you will not do very well in thinking, and you will continue to flounder. You need to know how to think. This is the best book to provide that foundation. You are not wasting your life by reading this. You are enhancing your rational powers. The next book is Reason and Argument by Richard Feldman. This is a very important text because if we don't know how to evaluate arguments, if we don't know how to make arguments, then we're not going to be able to think. We're not going to be able to identify error, construct arguments that are in defense of knowledge. We will be deceived over and over again. This text is crucial to understanding the formation of rationality through the process of argumentation. He says, once we have identified the argument in a passage, we can go on to decide whether the authors have given good reasons in support of their claims and whether they have succeeded in establishing the point. If we don't know how to evaluate arguments, we don't know how to reason. We don't know how to think. This book, once again, will expand your powers. It is one of the best books that you could buy. It's one of the best books that you can read. All of these books, there's just 3 of them. They are geared to maximize your own intellectual potential. The third book is Informal Logic by Douglas Walton, who has written a great deal of books on formal fallacies. This is a superb text because it goes through the semantics of the process of argumentation and points out errors, points out fallacies, points out very high-level, nuanced details that are necessary to sharpen our thinking. I have not just randomly chosen these books. I have carefully thought about these 3 volumes. What is the best thing that a person can read so they're not wasting their life, they're not wasting their time? You are very possibly wasting your time with what you were reading now. These books will not waste your time. Now, there is a 4th text that must be added to these, which is absolutely crucial. And it is John Stuart Mill's essay on liberty. Particularly, the 2nd chapter in that essay is very important. The 2nd section on dissent. This matters greatly. It's totally foundational. You might even want to go read that section on dissent before you even read these 3 volumes. It's not that long. And the reason is because that essay lays down the foundation for a disposition that is open to being refuted. And if we're not open to being refuted, if we are not open to being challenged, this essay instills in us the proper disposition to dissent towards our own views. Until we have that, we can't be good thinkers because we're protecting. We need to be concerned with what is true. These texts, the John Stuart Mill's essay on liberty that I have mentioned, these will not be a waste of your life. These will not draw you into abstract nonsense. These will give you the tools to go wherever else you want in your life. Again, I want to be clear. I'm making this video because I want rationality to be expanded in the world. I get nothing for this. I don't know any of these authors, have never communicated with them. I get nothing for this. I'm not interested in that. I don't function that way. I'm interested in people being empowered, and that's why I've told you about these 3 books. These books are more important to read as a foundation than anything else I can think of. I cannot think of anything else. That is why I'm making this video to tell you about these 3 books. We only have so much time, so it is important not to waste our time. It is important to try to think about what is the best use of our time, what will maximize and expand our critical powers.